With a planned release in 2009, Edge of Twilight is the latest game by Australian-based developer Fuzzy Eyes.
Edge of Twilight is a third-person action-adventure game, and it's set in a gritty steampunk fantasy world. And the story and the setting revolves around the clash of two different civilizations. One civilization is more industrial, the other civilization is more spiritual. And because of this clash between the two, a giant rift between day and night has been created, and one civilization has been trapped in day. And that's the general kind of the overview of the storyline. What we're trying to do, we're trying to portray a more mature storyline, so we're trying to investigate certain aspects of, we're dealing with mature themes like greed and oppression, and we're trying to showcase that there is no good and evil, there's always a grey area between, it's up to the player to decide what is right or wrong and how they go about the decisions they make in the game.
The player takes the role of Lex, unique in that he is a half-breed of the industrial Atherns and spiritual Lithern, and is the only one that can traverse both day and night realms.
Lex has different abilities in each realm, so in the day realm he's more focused to combat. He's really violent. He can, shoot people's heads off. He can cut them in half. He can perform a number of brutal moves. Whereas in the night realm, he's still dangerous, but he's a bit more stealthy. He's a bit more defensive, and he uses a lot of counterattacks to actually kill enemies. You also gain a number of different abilities in each realm. For example, in the day realm, Lex is able to manipulate machines, giant steampunk cranes and doors and all sorts of machines. In the night realm, however, the machines are dead and he can't manipulate them at all, so he's got a different set of moves in the night realm and some special abilities. One of those, for example, is the ability to invert the world and actually flip the world and the camera and run along ceilings or, in order to solve puzzles.
With the game being based within the two realms and focusing on the duality of the worlds, Lex can easily switch between the day and night realms. So elements within the game, such as combat and puzzles, require the player to cooperate between the two worlds.
Much of the game isn't only linear, so we give the player quite a bit of freedom to explore the world. They get access to a giant steampunk city where they can freely roam, talk to characters. They can even go on subquests, gain currency to buy weapon upgrades or other items that will help them in their journey. And that's where the majority of the story takes place, within the Citadel, and Lex usually is sent out of the Citadel to do the dirty work, pretty much. Initially, we wanted to do an action-adventure game, but we were trying to figure out, we wanted to do a mature storyline, and we thought steampunk was a perfect style for us because it's not used that much. Its interpretation is kind of loose, and we wanted to shy away from traditional fantasy or sci-fi settings, which have been done a lot. We wanted to distinguish our game from the others by using steampunk. So, in a way, it was difficult to imagine what a steampunk world would be, but it also gave us a lot of freedom to make up our own world, and it's completely unique. All the characters and the creatures are completely unique in it.
Edge of Twilight has been in development for 2 years, uses the Unreal Engine, and will be released on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 and PC. Dig Info News.